Hello students, today we will study Chapter 3, Two Stories About Flying, Part 1, His First Flight, which is taken from Class 10th First Flight book. First of all, let's discuss about the author. The author of His First Flight is Liam O'Flaherty, who was born on August 28, 1896 and who passed away on September 7, 1984. He was a major Irish novelist, short story writer, and one of the foremost socialist writers in the first part of the 20th century. He has written about the common people's experience and their perspective, means about their attitudes and point of view. His best short stories are The Sniper and His First Flight, and his best novel is The Reformer. Let's discuss the gist of the lesson. The story is about a young seagull who is afraid to fly. Seagull is a bird that lives near the sea and has short legs, long wings, and white and grey feathers. Here, the young seagull observes that all his siblings, that means brothers and sisters, take their first flight, means they start learning to fly. But he cannot get himself to take the plunge. He afraids to jump from the cliff because he feels that his wings will never support him to fly into the sky. And so he hesitates each time he runs to the brink of the ledge. Here, ledge means the cliff, means the rock face which is elevated at the edge of the sea. However, his mother's ingenuity empowers him to soar into the boundless skies with the vast expanse of the sea stretched down beneath him. Here, ingenuity means the quality of being clever. The lesson explicitly explains his fears and doubts initially, and his exhilarated feelings as he finally soars into the sky with his family beside him. Now, here I have provided some difficult terms along with their meanings. Please go through it and enrich your vocabulary. It will help you when you have a reading of your chapter from NCERT book. Now let's see the character sketch of young seagull. In this story, His First Flight, young seagull comes across as a scared bird who refuses to learn flying. The young seagull is stubborn as he does not listen to repeated requests from its parents. And stubborn means this only, a person who does not listen anyone. He is also comfort loving because he does no work in getting food. When his mother refuses to provide him food, young seagull learns flying for the sake of hunger. Now let's see the character sketch of Mother Seagull. In the story, His First Flight, the mother seagull is portrayed as a tough, but motivating character. She understood that her little one needed a lot of motivation to achieve its goal of flying. Initially, or in the starting, she tried threatening the young seagull in many ways, but to no avail, means without any success. Even as his parents and siblings flew high, he did not make any attempt other than flapping his wings. This is because he was afraid of falling down. The mother seagull realized that the need to fly would make the little one to do so. Actually, up to now, the seagull was getting food by his mother. So he never thought that it is very necessary for him to fly. So, what the mother thought, that unless he feels it necessary to fly, he will not fly. So what the mother did? She took a piece of fish and she started approaching him. Means she was bringing the piece of fish closer to the young seagull. And the hungry little seagull screamed, means shouted in delight, means in happiness. But the mother stopped just beyond his reach. Means whenever the young seagull came near the piece of fish to eat it, she again made a distance between the piece of fish and young seagull so that he should come forward the cliff and should try to fly. In his eagerness to get the food, the young bird started diving. The mother rose a little higher and the little seagull fell down when trying to dive. Slowly, he urged himself to keep trying and made his first flight. Thus, the mother motivated the young one to do what was expected of him, even if it meant that the latter had to fall down a few times. She knew very well that fear was the only thing in this world that actually had to be feared. So she used food to arouse the little one's need. And now, because of the wish to get food to eat, the young seagull started flying. Now let's see summary of the chapter. His first flight is an interesting story of a young seagull who was afraid of flying. He did not have confidence. He thought that his wings were not strong enough to support him. All the family members had already left him. They tried to encourage him to fly, but failed. He was left alone on the ledge. There was a wide chasm between him and his parents. Here, chasm means a deep fissure in the earth's surface. Means between him and his parents there was a deep gap, because of which the young seagull was not able to fly. He tried to reach his parents and took a little run also, but the sight of the widespread green sea frightened him, scared him, and he ran back into his nest. His siblings, means brothers or sisters, had already learned the art of flight. But the young seagull could not muster the courage, means he could not gather or bring the courage in his attitude to take that plunge or dive, which appeared to him so difficult. His parents came around calling to him. Shrilly means in high-pitched sounds. Upbraiding him means scolding him. Threatening to let him starve. It means his parents most of the time scolded him, and they also scared him that if he would not try to fly, they would not give him food. But the young seagull did not move. He was alone for 24 hours and he ate nothing. He was hungry. He wanted to reach his parents, to go near his parents who were sitting opposite to him, but without flying. He was much scared. He did not want to fly. There was a wide gap between the two rocks. There was no possibility of reaching there without flying. He saw his siblings who were flying and catching the fish. They taunted him for his cowardice. Cowardice means timidity, means lack of courage. He wanted to follow them, but the fear always stopped him. He was extremely hungry. He saw his family taking rest on the rock opposite to him. He tried to attract their attention by pretending to be sleeping. But nobody noticed him. His mother was looking at him. The young seagull cried, shouted, begging her to bring him some food. Because young seagull was hungry. But his mother was not giving him food so that he should come flying and take the food himself. But his mother did not respond. After some time, his mother picked up a piece of fish and flew across him. She came near the young seagull. He was excited on seeing his mother picking up a piece of fish and flying across him. He was excited on seeing his mother coming towards him. He uttered a joyful cry. He started making noise, happy noise. He leaned out eagerly, bent forward with interest, tapping the rock with his feet. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, means she stopped in the air only, as you can see in first image. The young seagull was surprised. The sight of fish in her beak maddened him, means he became crazy to get that fish which was in the beak of mother seagull. He could not control himself and dived at the fish, means he jumped for getting the fish. The mother flew over him. He fell downwards with a loud scream, means he was falling downwards because he did not know how to fly, how to move his wings. So the young seagull shouted badly, but his wings opened up automatically. He cried, and to save himself, he flapped his wings because his mother did not come to help him. He only wanted to save his life, so just to save himself, he fluttered his wings. Now he felt as if he was soaring in the sky, flying lightly, comfortably. He was not falling headlong now. He flapped his wings once again and soared upwards. And now he gave a joyous, happy scream. He was joined by his family in his first flight. He was near the sea now. he saw a vast green sea beneath him. His parents and other family members landed on the sea. They called the young seagull also. He dropped his legs to stand on the sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed, shouted with fright when his legs came under the water, and attempted to rise, to come upwards. But he was too weak and exhausted to rise. He got tired. His feet sank into the seawater, and then his body touched it. Now he sank no further. Now he was floating happily. His family praised him for his efforts and offered him scrapped dogfish, which is a type of small shark. He had made his first flight successfully. Dear students, now let's see review of the story. His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty talks about the need of being brave and self-confident in life. A young seagull is hungry, watching his family eating who have left him alone without any food. Everyone in his family could fly, but he could not, because he had lack of confidence in taking his first flight. So dear students, always remember, unless you put 100% efforts and unless you have confidence to put your step forward, you cannot do wonders in your life and you cannot do great things. If you want to get success, just have confidence, have faith in yourself, and you will get everything in your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. Very soon I will come with my next video of 2 stories about flying part 2.